Got it going live over here. Got it going live over here. There it is. Now we're going live. Yep, got it on the volume. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the live stream. This is the Climb to One. This is the 5th of November, 2024, and we're going to do a close of business on the account today. Now, if you remember, the last close of business, we were down $10. We were down at $11.10. Did not like it. Boo that. When we like to be down right before we put money in the account, and we really don't even like to be down then, because we know our directions, our cardinal directions. You have east, west, south, and moon, and the moon is not down. You don't get to the moon by going down. We want to go to the moon. But anyways, we are up 20 on the day, but we don't care about the day. We don't care about after hours. We don't care about pre-market. We care about how much money has I put in the account and how much are we up and or down from that. Well, I put 1,120 into the account, so we are up 15. We don't care about what these green numbers say or what the red numbers say. We know how much money we put in the account, and we know how that wants to go. Now, I remind you, we've had two very small dividends by RDTE back when it was less than half a share. And we had one decent YBTC dividend when it was 2.5 shares or something. Okay? Or 4.5 shares. 4.5 shares. It was something. We got 408 out of it. So we haven't really had a lot of dividends happening. Let me pull up my notes before I go off script here. I'm already off script. So the first thing we want to talk about was the big bounce back today. We did. We talked about that. Good job. We got the first point right. Before I get into what I was about to say about them, their dividends, I'll pump the brakes. Big news with election night. The only big news is that it is election night. That's the big news with election night, is that it is election night. And this usually tends to have an impact on the market. Point number 3. Guys, there's only 5 points. I promise this will not be a 45-minute video. Wednesday is declaration day for my weekly dividend payers. So tomorrow we can stop calculating off of what the last payment was and have the reality of the current payment to plug in, have fun with, and be waiting on until Friday when it gets paid. But yeah. We can stop doing the projections and we can start doing the reality tomorrow. Yeah, when they declare on Declaration Day. That's why they call it that, guys. So number 4, my plan for the sundial, the SNDL put up here. YBDC is going to have an X date at the very end of the month, per usual. Right around here. Usually they declare on the next last day, and then they pay on the last day. However, something interesting is happening here. The first of the month is on a Sunday, so my pay for December will hit November 29th. No, that makes November 29th investment day. Okay? I don't think it's going to mess with the declaration, the X date, and the pay date. I think the X date will still be the 28th, so you have to buy it before then, and the pay date will be the 29th. Why am I talking about YBTC? Didn't we just say sundial option? Is the Climb to One off on a tangent again? No. These are connected. Okay? I promise you. Because what we did is we sold YBTC to have money to run the sundial wheel, and the deal I made with myself, being the smart broker of my multiple personalities that I am, is that this is a loan from YBTC. Sundial has to pay back that $200. So all the premiums of Sundial go to YBTC up to and until that $200 has been recouped. However, I can still get YBTC before the effective date to collect that dividend on the 29th. So we're going to try to be a little sneaky. The current call expires on Friday the 8th. Then on Monday the 11th, we're going to roll the dice and do it again, baby. we're going to have to take a look at the strike prices and everything, but we're probably going to do another call. Sell another put. Unless I have something crazy happens. An election is happening, so something crazy could happen. Right now, we're way up this week. We're nowhere close to getting called this week, so it's just a premium week. But election status could change that very quickly. So that means on Monday, I will either be the proud owner of 200 shares of Sundial, or I will have my 200 back. Either way, we're selling put or we're selling the call. We're selling something on Monday. And that will expire on Friday the 15th. And then either way after that, on Monday the 18th, we're selling something. A call, a put, we're selling something. But what I want at the end of that week is for Friday to resolve and for me to not have shares of Sundial. And for me to have the $200 and all the premiums we collected along the way, because those are the real friends. So that Monday the 25th, I can take that 200 and I can put it into YBTC to catch that dividend on the 29th. And not only that, all of the premiums along the way, including the $5 that's already been put into YBTC, along with the $7 and so many cents of profit that was there from the sale, all of that is also going into YBTC, just to show YBTC how much we appreciate them giving us that loan. So we should have more shares than we originally had when we sold YBTC because of all the premiums, if this works out right. The $200 coming back into it, we'll be sitting at 5 shares of YBTC again to catch that dividend on the 29th. But we will also, on the 29th, be depositing so we can take 200 to set up the Sundial wheel again. So the wheel keeps on turning. It doesn't even really, it only misses like 1 week. And that gets paid for by the dividends. So we're good. That's my genius plan. That's beautiful. The only thing that can go wrong is that everything can go wrong. If I'm holding the 200 shares of Sundial because I got called and I'm in the middle of trying to flip that because I'm now selling that call, right, the 200 won't be there. So we're hoping that it works out to where I'm not holding shares. Everything has expired. And Monday the 25th comes around and I get to do my buy. Okay, now, we've already talked about what $200 of the deposit is going to be. That's the only part of the plan I have worked out. I haven't decided how much to deposit on Friday the 28th, and I very likely won't make that decision until the last minute. Part of that will depend on how much the account has grown, how close to 2,000 I am. Bro, you're at 1,135 today. What are you talking about 2,000? Yeah, I know. I went about 100 over what I should have done this month. I made it way tighter than I should have. And what I had planned before that 100 was already putting me really tight. In other words, I kind of overspent on my deposit this month. Now, in the long run, it'll be worth it. But it's not going to be very fun this month. And doing that 2 months in a row, especially with next month being, Christmas and December and everything, it would really suck. All right. However, hitting $2,000 in 3 months would have me a full month ahead of schedule, with a raise likely coming in January and possible employment on the horizon later this month. With the expected dividends of 60 coming in, I'd only need a little help from growth to get the account to 12 or maybe even 1,300. 13 would be stretching it. If the account is anywhere from 1,400 or better, I will easily be able to deposit 600 to get us to the leveraging margin of 2,000 for December. And then that will allow us a whole another 1,000 at no interest to put in on the 29th. That would be awesome. We'd be so far ahead, it would be insane. Every $100 less than 14 for the account value makes it that much more difficult. So here's hoping for a big month fueled by dividends and some unexpected but hopeful growth brought on by whatever the election results may be. But with that, guys, it's been real. It's been fun. Dear God, I hope I didn't ramble for 40 minutes again. It's even been real fun. This is the Climb to One, signing off.